everyone, and welcome back to another mini podcast. Today, each of us want to talk about our top 3 qualities for being a good teacher. So, Alex, I'm going over to you first. So, yeah, go for it.
So I would say mine are patience, composure, and age-appropriate humor. Patience is obviously really important because you don't really know where kids are coming from, what they're kind of bringing from their at-home environments into the classroom. And so it's important to maintain patience. And honestly, especially at the high school level, which we all are, give them the benefit of the doubt. I don't think there's a such thing as a bad kid. There's only bad situations they come from. So give them the benefit of the doubt. Just be patient with them, be nice to them. Composure. I've dealt with a couple of situations, today and in the past few weeks, and they startled me initially, but I had to maintain my composure, not just for myself, but also for my other students who are also startled by that. And I feel that placement's a good opportunity that kind of, we're not really liable, we're not really going to get in trouble, but it allows us like first-hand experience in terms of getting our feet wet with regards to different issues we may encounter one day, and so we can see how our mentor teacher deals with it. And then finally, age-appropriate humor. Off camera, the three of us are absolute goofballs, and we've talked a lot about the seriousness of the past couple of years, how kind of tough and gloomy it's been, especially with coronavirus. And so it's nice sometimes. It's okay to have kids laugh. Like, classes don't have to be serious 100% of the time. It's okay if it's funny, if you use memes, use jokes to lighten the mood a little bit, especially over the last 2 years. But yeah, those are my 3.
A couple of mine actually kind of, I guess, hop on to piggyback on what Alex said. So
That's
my first
plagiarism,
is,
bro. I want a citation in APA 7 format at the end of this video, okay?
I did just say they piggyback on Alex's theme.
Yes, sir.
So that is my reference. But
Amazing.
relatability. So relatability is very important to kind of get to know your students, get to know where they're at, understand their interests, and try to include that in what they're learning about. I think it can really help engage students and really allow them to see their own life and their own interests in the curriculum, which really helps them, I guess, make connections as well. This also kind of works hand in hand with approachability, or being approachable as a teacher. So if you're starting to be relatable, you most definitely will probably be starting to be more approachable. So you want to be, kind with your students. You want to be, I guess, very out there and open. So students will feel that they can share their feelings, their emotions, and how they feel about the curriculum, as well as when they're struggling, they want to be able to talk to you so you can best support them. And last but not least, organization. Organization is key to success. We are not the most organized people. We try our best. We try to plan ahead of time, always have things laid out for students, I think is the best approach, because if you're not organized, then how are you going to expect your students to be organized? And it's just a downhill spiral from there.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't know many teachers who are organized, but we all like to think we are in our own way. But just to not sound like a broken record, I'm going to choose a different 3 qualities. So the 3 qualities that I'm going to choose, and actually, you know what? I'm going to make it 4 just so I can title this video the top 10 qualities in a teacher. So my 4 are going to be, first of all, empathy. I think empathy is super, super important. You need to understand what your students are going through. If they have a ton of assignments, or if they have things going on in their life, such as if let's say you're in grade 12 and they have university applications, you need to understand that maybe if they're in the middle of university applications, it's not the best to load them up with tests and assignments, right? And sometimes students are going to come to you and they're going to be like, oh, I couldn't get this done. I just ran out of time, or I had other things due. You definitely have to be on the ball and just be willing to help them and do whatever they need to succeed. And that's going to bring me to my next point, which is adaptability. Again, there's going to be stuff that comes up that you're not going to be able to control. A lesson isn't going to go exactly as planned. Maybe you only got through half of the lesson when you thought you were going to get through more, or maybe your students were just in a completely bad mood that day, and the lesson just sort of went sideways and you need to reteach it the next day. It happens to all of us. So you need to learn how to adapt. You need to learn how to something is on fire, I need to put it out and make a plan to fix it. And that just is what it is. That's part of the job. And it's actually really wonderful. You don't get in the same routine every day, and it can lead to some pretty exciting moments and interesting moments, and you learn a lot from it. And you learn a lot about yourself as a teacher. The next one I'm going to go with is, I'll go with collaboration. I definitely think you need good collaboration skills as a part of a team, especially if you're just like, you're there as a new teacher and you're trying to get lesson plans and unit plans and you need materials and you have a new teacher evaluation and a bunch of other stuff going on. Well, what you're going to need to do is you're going to need help from your peers. So ask your fellow teachers for help. And at the same time, if there's a new teacher and you're a little older in your career, guess what you should be doing? You should be helping them and mentoring them, because it's only going to make things better for you and your students. Teaching is just one big collaboration, and that's something that's truly special about it. And then lastly, and I think this is more important than anything else, is it's good communication skills, especially active listening. As a teacher, you are going to want to jump in a lot and correct students a lot of times, or just get in there and try to teach them. But sometimes you just really need to listen. Sometimes students will get there if you just let them talk it out. You don't need to jump in there every 5 seconds and correct them. Just let them do their thing. And one of the best things about building trust with a teacher as a student is having a teacher who makes you feel heard and listened to. If the whole class is saying, we have too many assignments and we need to move something, you should be able to make a plan that gets them to the best place possible, right? And gives them the best chance of success. Yeah, but those are the top 10 qualities that we think good teachers have. So if you enjoyed, like and subscribe to the channel. And as always, we'll see you all around. So stay happy, safe, and healthy. Bye, everyone.